and welcome back to Behind Thor's Doors. I get asked nearly every single day, and I love it. How's the market? So today, we're going to be talking about what the market's doing and where it's going. It's important to note that the market varies from county to county, city to city, and price point. It really depends on what price point you're looking at within those areas because the climate of the market can drastically vary from price point to price point. So the first question I always ask is, what area are you curious about? And what price point are you looking in? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the direction Washington State is going. But stay tuned because I'm going to be posting some awesome stats graphics on my Instagram and Facebook pages for Pierce County, King County, Kittitas County, and a couple of others. Those will give you a dialed-in look at what's going on in those specific areas. Let's dive in. We'll start by talking about inventory. Now, you've heard it all over the place, on the news, in the media, and probably from a lot of realtors that you know. Low inventory, low inventory, low inventory. The thing I want to make really clear about what's going on right now in this market is we're not necessarily seeing low inventory. What we're actually seeing is a reasonable supply of inventory, but demand is just so high. So the second anything hits the market and is priced correctly, it gets gobbled up by buyers who are hungry, ready, and eager to get their offer accepted. The number of homes that we're seeing hit the market month over month and year over year is the same, if not higher, than months and years when we weren't experiencing low inventory. Now let's take a look at things we can expect in 2022. The first item I want to talk to you guys about as we look at 2022 is interest rates. They're slated to rise. We've known this was on the horizon for a while now, but as we're seeing an increase in inflation, we can definitely expect to see a rise in mortgage rates come into play. To put it simply, the Fed's main tool to combat inflation is to increase the cost of borrowing money. How do you do that? Raise interest rates. The Fed raises interest rates by setting the short-term borrowing rate for commercial banks. From there, those banks pass that rate onto its consumers and businesses. That rate influences everything from your interest rate on credit cards, a car loan, and you guessed it, a mortgage. Now let's talk about the intensity of these rising interest rates. While we're dancing around 4% right now, some economists forecast 5% by the end of 2022. While this is just an estimate and I wish I had a crystal ball, we can prepare ourselves by knowing that a rise in interest rates is coming. This has such an impact on buyer affordability. Get this. A 0.6% interest rate rise on a $700,000 loan is an extra cost to the borrower in over $100,000 over the course of a 30-year mortgage loan. And that's just the cost of the loan. It's also important to keep in mind that while these rates do sound high to us compared to the ultra-low mortgage rates that we've been enjoying for the past several years, they still are not terribly high. Don't forget, in the late 70s, interest rates for a mortgage loan were about 13%, and they hit an all-time historic high in 1981 at 18.5%. 4%'s not sounding too bad anymore, is it? But still, if you can get a lower interest rate, it has a huge impact on your purchasing power, and I encourage you to dive in while they're still nice and low. This allows you to put your money towards a higher priced home, rather than spending your hard-earned money on the cost to borrow the funds to purchase that home. Home prices tend to balance out a rise in interest rates. So if interest rates really truly tick higher and higher and higher, the price of the home can counteract that as buyer affordability is impacted by the higher interest rate. As far as supply and demand goes here in Washington State in 2022, we can still expect to see this insatiable demand. This steady demand will continue to support and encourage home price appreciation. However, we can expect to see the increases be more incremental. If you're a buyer, don't be discouraged. I know this market can be really intense, and if you've been on the hunt for a while, it can be really tiring. But that's why I'm here and I'm on your side. We are in this together. Nearly all of my buyers have had their offer accepted in a multiple offer situation. There's only a lucky few who did not have to compete among multiple offers. I'm ready to hone in on what makes you a standout buyer. There's so much more to an offer than just purchase price. As far as selling your home goes, the best time to sell your home is when it's right for you. But if you're considering selling, now is a great time. Don't feel like you have to wait for spring. There are droves of buyers out there ready for you. Every single one of my closed listings have closed at or above list price, and most well above list price. Even though it's a seller's market, it's still beyond important that you work with a realtor who knows the market you're in and works with you on a solid pricing strategy, backed up by comparables and current market conditions. Do you have a specific area that you're curious in learning more about? Maybe you're considering selling your home, or you want to know what's happening in the neighborhood that you would love to buy in. Let me know. Reach out to me anytime. I'd love to provide you with a complimentary market analysis of your specific home or in-depth information on the neighborhoods that you're interested in. All right, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time on Behind Thor's Doors. See ya. Say bye.